All right. What's up, co-counsels? What's up? All right. So I apologize. I'm like 3 minutes late. In any event, this is a different case. Okay. This is a different case we're about to cover. Literally, yesterday, I'm not even familiar with this case. Yesterday, I was at work scrolling around because I oftentimes have something playing in the background. Sometimes it's the news, often it's again news. It depends what they're covering, right? Because you don't want you don't want to be listening to political news at this time, not in the office at least. um Often I have a track and field playing in the background, but I randomly went to core TV and I stumbled upon this case. When I stumbled upon it, I was like, okay, this is, I was invested. They sold me as soon as I logged in. They sold me. All right. So these are the allegations. These are parents. These are parents that are on trial for an attempted honor killing. They sold me. They sold me because they have a lot of turns that I'd otherwise not expect. I mean, this is Washington though, so I suppose you can expect anything out of Washington. All right. So yesterday, opening statements began. I missed that. I'm going to have to rewatch that on my own. I know the victim in this case, so the alleged victim did testify today. Did not catch the direct. I don't even know if they've gone as far as to cross examination yet. Did not watch that, so we're gonna watch that together in this video. But I do want to recap a little bit about where we are in the proceedings. What is, because I watched a good portion of today's proceedings, and as some of the students that came to this alleged victim's aid, as they were testifying, I wondered if the prosecution was going to wait for the victim in this case to testify towards the very end. I was just thinking in terms of strategy, trying to figure out how the prosecution is going to um, conclude or close its case. And they have on the stand. So that makes me wonder who will actually be the last person to testify for the prosecution. But let's, again, a quick recap. So the trial began yesterday with opening statements, and it's two parents that are accused of attacking their daughter in an attempted honor killing in October of 2024. And that's the other thing that struck me as well. The defendant in this case definitely had a speedy trial, or at least what appears to be a speedy trial, because often people sit and rot in jail for a significant amount of time um, before before they have their day in court. So I thought that was striking. In any event, Ihsan and Zahraa Ali of Lacey, Washington, face charges including assault, attempted murder, and attempted kidnapping. Court's record revealed that the teenager had been threatened with an honor killing by her father after she refused to travel abroad to Iraq for an arranged marriage with an older man. Seeking help, she went to speak with her old counselor at Timberline High School, which led to the altercation outside when her parents tracked her down. And what's striking to me about these charges is the fact that this was in broad daylight, outside a high school, and the father literally just allegedly, okay, he just attacked the girl out there. So, um, again, we're going to listen to her direct testimony, right? But here are some things that I considered as I was watching. I did not watch her testimony, but I have been following the trial. I followed it until probably 4:30, and then I had to wrap up my day and come home. But as I was watching the defense cross examination, I began to wonder, not even wonder, I think that the defense attorney that's representing the mother has, I'm not going to claim their battle is not as steep as the father's hill, okay? The attorney representing the mother stands a better chance of an acquittal on the main charge. Uh, as far as the attorney that represents the father, that's a little different because the testimony is that the father put the girl or the victim in this case, what's her name? What's her name? I think they've been saying Fatima or something along those lines, but I think the proper pronunciation is Fatma. But when she takes the stand, we'll find out how she pronounces her name. But then again, the pronunciation might be westernized. So I don't exactly know how she's going to pronounce her name, but I think proper pronunciation is Fatima. Um, in any event, um, I've been considering, or right, I've considered the roles of the attorneys in this case, and according to me, I think that the defense attorney that represents what's her name again, Zara. I cannot find it. Yeah, the attorney that Zara, that's her name. The attorney that represents the mother, Zara Ali, um, has at least an easier battle than the attorney that represents the father. And as I was listening to cross examination again, because um, the victim or alleged victim in this case, Fatma Ali, she was in a relationship with a young guy, okay, another teenager, same high school. The name escaped me. I don't remember his name, but his father took the stand today. It turns out that there was an order of protection that was taken out by that young boy's father against Zara Ali. Um, so there was an order of protection because she was not allowed to be on school property. And again, the court did not allow them properly. So the court did not allow the witness to really get into the facts or the underlying facts as to why an order of protection was issued. But what I understood, I'm trying to fill in the gaps. What I understood based on the little that the witness was allowed to testify about, it sounded like the mother, Zara Ali, went to the school and physically attacked um, the boyfriend being their daughter's boyfriend, um, the teenager. But it also sounds like the school itself had an order of protection or some type of no trespassing order against this mother. Okay, those are what I gleaned, or some of the facts that I gathered during the limited testimony of the teenager, the boyfriend's father. All right, let's quickly move on. So, court revealed that the teenager had been threatened with an honor killing by her father after she refused to travel abroad to Iraq for an arranged marriage with an older man. Seeking help, she went to the school counselor, which led to the altercation outside when her parents tracked her down. During the first day of the trial, jurors viewed a disturbing video of the attack and heard from a bus driver who witnessed the assault. I watched a little bit of the bus driver's testimony yesterday, but I was in and out, and I was really just trying to, I guess, follow the trial for the first time. So I've not watched the entire testimony of that bus driver. What's up, Brooklyn? Brooklyn said, "Welcome back." I don't think have I been gone that long. I don't think so. I don't think so. I sent you an email last night though because I don't read my emails, you guys. So I do a terrible. I read my work emails. I just don't read the YouTube emails. All right. So according to this witness, obviously she was in distress. Her eyes were rolling into the back of her head. You could tell she was not able to breathe. Said John DeNicola, who was driving the bus and stopped in front of the high school that day. The look on Ihsan Ali's face, that's a father, and the way he was choking her. I noticed the eyes rolling to the back of her head, so I grabbed his hand and I pulled it off. I was able to pull his arms apart. That's when she got free, DeNicola continued. Other witnesses described to the jury the chaos outside the school as teens were screaming. Her eyes are rolling in the back of her head. She can't breathe. Someone called 911. Let go. Everyone seemed in a panic. That was Mary Wagner. I watched a bit of her testimony, not everything though, who stopped and called 911. The victim, appeared incredibly confused. She seemed not to know what her surroundings were. She was in kind of a panic. But defense attorneys for the Alis urged the jury to weigh the surveillance video against witness statements. I want you to be careful about what they say versus what you see. Eric Kading, oh, so that's the Ishan, I think it's Ihsan. I don't know. I'm mispronouncing these people's name. Ihsan Ali's defense attorney stated in court Monday. They're different, and you're going to see that. You're going to see credibility is an issue in this case. People don't always remember what's going on. Somebody's calling me spam. Hold on, let me cancel that. People don't always remember what's going on. Fortunately for Mr. Ali, it's on video. I don't know about that, but okay. Jurors are also expected to hear from the victim and other students who witnessed the incident that day, as well as from school officials who will testify about previous issues with the Alis. Okay, so this is big. I was not prepared for this. So it turns out somebody from the school, maybe a school counselor, is actually going to um, take the stand and testify. I don't know that they can get into specific instances, though. Here's the other thing that I was thinking about during cross examination today. As the defense attorneys were cross examining, I should have written his name down. I did not write the man's name down. But as I explained, the victim in this case, Fatma Ali, was in a relationship with another teenager, and his father took the stand. So during the cross examination of that father, the boyfriend's father, I started to wonder whether the prosecution could, in fact, prove the attempted the attempted murder. Okay, so for attempted murder, the prosecution has to show that, in fact, when I know this is going to sound crazy, but bear with me, okay? Bear with me, bear with me. Okay, so Brooklyn says, didn't know you were covering this case. This case is very emotional. Yeah, I chose, usually I don't cover cases where children are victims, but in this case, um, the teenage girl survived. Okay, so she's still here. So that's why I feel comfortable talking about it. But had she been deceased, I would not be touching this. Just like I know there's a big case that's going on right now out of Florida. The Soto or something. I believe that's her last name. Her first name begins with a letter M. Stuff makes my stomach turn. So yeah, I'm staying clear of that. But for this one, I'm comfortable covering it because the young lady survived. But here's what I was considering though during cross examination. During cross examination, I questioned whether the prosecution can prove beyond a reasonable doubt that the father, in fact, attempted to kill his daughter. Okay, and the reason I bring that up is because for attempt, you have to show it is not sufficient for the father to put the kid in a headlock, the father to that's a hard argument. It's not enough for all of that. You have to show that, in fact, when he was doing what he's accused of doing, his intention was really to end her life, as opposed to, say, discipline her or kidnap her and things along those lines. So that's what as far as from a defense perspective, that's how I probably would have handled it. I don't know that the client would be acquitted on all charges if I made that argument, but I think it's potentially a way, it's a potential argument from a defense perspective. And because when the defense attorney, I think this is the defense, Kading, I believe that's his last name, the defense attorney that represents, no, no, no. I don't know that. I don't know. One of the defense attorneys. When the defense attorneys cross-examined the boyfriend's father, a lot of his questioning was around the lines of parental discipline. Okay, so to me, That's why I wondered whether that's potentially what they're arguing. I mean, we could watch the opening statements and try and figure out um, exactly or potentially what they're trying to argue. But I do have those are my thoughts. Let's see what's Brooklyn saying. Brooklyn said they need someone from within the community to understand Sharia law. Literally, there's no question about that because yesterday, when I started watching this trial, that was my first thought as well. You need somebody from, and that's not to say that somebody that is familiar with Sharia law would agree with the defense, but as far as an impaneled jury, jurors off your peer or a jury off your peer, you're hoping as a defense, not just as a defense attorney, but maybe even as a defendant, that you have somebody that understands, um, I suppose part of their law. And that's interesting because today, after I Googled this case, now I'm suddenly getting a whole bunch of random articles recommended to me. So today it was, hold on, was this in Pakistan? Let's see. No, I think it was Yemeni. So Yemeni, Indian nurse. Um, I don't remember the rest of it. Oh, there we go. My memory still works. But some video was recommended to me, okay? It's along the lines of an Indian family's fight to save this mother from execution in war-torn Yemen. So her name, I'm gonna butcher this woman's name. So her name is Namisha Priya. She's a nurse, a mother. She's on death row in Yemen, okay? So she's on death row. The allegations, and not really, she's convicted. Okay, it sounds like she's convicted. So she was accused of murdering her partner. When they say partner, I don't remember if it's a business partner or if these people in a relationship or not. So romantic partner, I don't know. But the article said that she was convicted for murdering the partner. Apparently, the body parts were dismembered. I don't remember where they were found, but they were found. Um, and she was convicted. She was placed on death row. So it turns out, as I kept reading, I don't know why I read, but I read the rest of the article. Apparently, under the law in Yemeni, there is a manner in which one can escape um, death row, and that involves paying off. Uh, Paying off might not be the right word, but I guess it might be some type of a reimbursement. I have no idea. You get some money, you give the money to the victim's family. If the victim's family forgives you, then you get off of death row and you're released. Okay, so under those circumstances, in court systems or legal systems that work that way, that's just how they go about things. So I do agree with you, Brooklyn. The defendants in this case, it would be advantageous for them to have an individual that actually understands uh, some of these practices. I don't even know what to call them. I'm going to call them, I don't want to say tradition. It might not be tradition because I don't want to offend people from Iraq on here, say, we don't know what you're talking about. So I agree with you on that. Brooklyn says, I don't think it's an unaliving case, rather trafficking for religion. Um, Maybe, I don't know. What I do know is that the kidnapping charge, that's probably the easiest charge. Let's look at these. I don't have the actual. Get rid of this India case. I don't have the indictment here. Maybe I should look it up. But the charges are, they say including, so it sounds like there are a number of charges: assault, attempted murder, and attempted kidnapping. So for kidnapping, again, kidnapping can be as simple as commanding somebody against their will from moving from one point of a room to another point. So from one corner to another. You do not necessarily have to sweep the person off their feet. Um, all right, let us move on. Let's see. What else do we have before we get into the victim's testimony here? Let's see. Let's see. All right. So, okay. So, Zahra Ali is facing charges for burglary and violating a restraining order. That's what I figured based on, the testimony again from the boyfriend's father that testified today. Prosecutors say she'd previously been told to stay away from the high school and her daughter's boyfriend. Though her defense attorneys have argued she cannot read English and cannot have fully understood the restrictions of the protection order she was served. And that's what I like. I said the mother, I can definitely see a decent defense case being put on. As for the father, though, I don't know. I'm not sure, but the charge of attempted as well. That's potentially the avenue that the defense has to play as far as the representation of the father. I had another thought that just escaped me. Oh, here's the other thing. So the court yesterday ruled that the prosecutor cannot introduce testimony about the arranged marriage in Iraq. And that definitely makes sense because if jurors hear about, as far as America, okay, as far as an American audience is concerned, it seems almost barbaric for a father to marry his daughter off to some older man in Iraq. Okay. And that's not to say, I mean, societal views do change often, but I'm just talking about present day America, outside of a community, maybe a community that has a high concentration of um, Muslims, outside of like a Minnesota or something, or I don't know, even a Philadelphia with high concentration of Muslims, a lot of people would not understand that arrangement. So I definitely agree with the judge's ruling there. All right, let's get in. You guys know I can talk. Let's try and get into Fatma's testimony. Oh, this is the father that took the stand today. Let's keep going. And the judge also made a ruling. I missed part of that ruling because the judge had restrictions about what the victim could testify about. So let's see. Hopefully, this is really.
Stone, any issues before the jury comes back in?
Your Honor, briefly, I know that when the court took the media request for filming at the beginning of this case, there were different media present than there are now in the courtroom, and I'm not sure all of the same information has been relayed to other media.
Okay, this is not it. There's a part where she addresses. Okay, minor
Out
witness
each day.
understand.
2 p.m.
Okay, and back in October of last year, how do you normally get to
Is this
school each morning?
This might be it.
My parents would drop me off.
This might be it.
Okay,
Let's see.
That she does not have a voice in that environment, and she did not feel safe. That
I think this
The
is.
fact that something happened allegedly in the court identified.
yes.
And I don't like I don't like the audio. I don't like the audio in here, but they don't have closed captions. It's a little difficult to hear or understand what they're saying, but I don't know what other trials are you watching, Brooklyn? I believe I asked you that, was it last week or something? You did not respond. I'm glad I stumbled upon this case though, because I did not know where we're going from here, but I'm glad I did. Come on. Wait, who's Elijah? Is that the boyfriend's name? Or am I?
Please be seated. So my bailiffs just reported to me that as the jury was leaving for their lunch break, juror number 12 said
I missed-
to the bailiff, "I don't feel well. I'm not coming back
Ooh,
today." She
wow.
said, "I'm not coming back today," and left.
Wow. Left?
And so that's an issue and a problem
Right.
from obviously from my perspective. And so we will need
Okay, that's not what I'm looking for. So Brooklyn says that they are claiming this girl was ashamed to her family. The kid is 19, but because she was a minor when this happened, her face was protected. Right. From my understanding of what an honor killing is, this is something that is done in some communities in an effort to restore the image or honor of the family. So I suppose her being or her refusing or defying the family's order or arrangement for her to marry an older man in Iraq is what brought this honor upon this family. And it sounds like the only way out is to murk her. That's what it sounded like to me, which is uh, again, it's I suppose it's a practice that I don't quite understand. All right. Maybe there's a place for this somewhere. I just don't understand it.
to address that issue. I'll let you think about that.
In the court identified.
Yes. Number 12 is the young woman who is the
Uh-uh.
Asking that she be allowed to express those judgments, not feel safe, or that she visit. No vacation was
I want to hear about. Oh yeah, and Karina Cooper, she was convicted.
not feel safe during defense. Heard about
Ms. Stone.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, as we've gone through this case, we've heard about Fatima being a runaway from her household. We've heard about her going to the school and speaking to the counselors at school and what that process looked like. We've also heard
Yeah, Brooklyn. I wonder.
questions during the course of
I was
questioning.
gonna say I wonder in whose care she's at the moment, but she's 19, so she's probably on her own.
As well as during defense interviews. I anticipate that those will be re-raised about how the school responded to those requests and plainly why Fatima was running away in the first place. Fatima has made it very clear since the outset of this case that she did not feel safe. She did not feel safe going back to Iraq. She had safety concerns within her own home, and she has expressed that on a number of occasions. Certainly in front of the jury, we have
I
not.
wonder, so was the father going to get paid for this arranged marriage or how? This is an issue that I've never had to look into. So as far as the practice itself, and I mean, obviously, as far as the jury or the jurors are concerned, this is not an issue because it's not information that they'll come to hear of, at least not during the trial itself.
Discussed the other safety complaints that she had made to the school
Oh, is
prior to
this
these
the
events.
interpreter? Is that the
So
interpreter?
with the other runaway events, we've not discussed the prior CPS reports that had been made. We've not discussed, and I don't intend to ask Isaiah about what he witnessed as part of that process.
Okay,
But
Isaiah, that's the boyfriend's name.
Fatima has consistently expressed her fears about safety. In terms of this specifically, the way it has been presented and the way I anticipate it being presented, as if Fatima had some sort of special information that her parents had no idea about, and essentially, and it's not the right term, but she was just being bratty and running away that morning to try and foil these families' vacation plans. That is not what that situation was. The state should be entitled to present that. There's nothing that is presented in 18 that indicates her parents were striking her over there. Fatima specifically is not going to make that statement. She is discussing the abusiveness of that household itself. And notably, she has said during the course of that visit, when she was struck, she made those complaints to her family, and nothing happened. That spoke further to her fear that she does not have a voice in that environment, and she did not feel safe. That was a consistent feeling of her role in that household. She expressed that consistently. That was part of her fear that morning and leaving. And so I am asking that she be allowed to express those general.
So Brooklyn says that the father does not get paid with actual money. It's more a prestige that his daughter married into this family, and God will pay them back. I did not know that. Okay, thanks for that.
My concerns as to the nature of her experience in Iraq and why she didn't want to go back, so that the jury has some context for that, instead of just saying she woke up that morning and decided she wanted to go see a movie with Isaiah instead, or whatever more trivial event that is proposed as, that somehow that's the reason she decided just to not go that day. That's not the case. That's not fair to Fatima. That's not fair to the presentation of both parties. It is not unfairly and substantially more prejudicial to defense counsel with those statements. So I would ask the court to allow Fatima to express that
What is the
when she is testifying.
Thank you. Mr. Larry, anything further?
Nothing further.
All right.
Here, we're gonna make a rule.
So these issues were addressed pre-trial in general as it relates to evidence that was going to be offered by the state, and clarifying whether or not that was being offered pursuant to Evidence Rule 404B, as was checked in the omnibus order, versus then Ms. Stone clarifying at the time of the case management conference that it was going to be offered under the theory of res gestae, that being something related within the same transaction. I'm not going to repeat the ruling that I made at the beginning of trial that discussed case law and what res gestae is and anticipated to be. But of course, it must be very close in time to the event itself to be res gestae under the case law.
Okay, sorry, so close is keeping the prosecution down.
And I would indicate that evidence that may be admissible, also the court needs.
There's an interesting case that's going on in Colorado. A dentist is accused of poisoning the Wise protein shakes.
To balance that under Evidence Rule 403 that indicates that although relevant, evidence may be excluded if its probative value is substantially outweighed by the danger of unfair prejudice, confusion of the issue, or misleading the jury. First of all, as it relates to what is currently called question 18, and it is on page 3 of the document that I am referring to. The anticipated answer by Fatima is very detailed as it relates to why she did not like visiting Iraq, because the question before 18 is, did you like visiting Iraq? And the response was yes and no, a little bit, or that's the anticipated answer.
Like an nail polish.
And then a request for her to explain why she did or did not like visiting Iraq. And that's where she explains, I liked certain portions of it, and then why she didn't like other portions of it. I would indicate that what happened the year before when she visited Iraq clearly is not res gestae because it's so far in time. However, what I have heard multiple times from the state is that what all of this really goes to, the detail goes to the fact that Fatima Ali did not feel safe traveling to Iraq. There are many reasons why she did not feel safe, apparently, but that is the bottom line as to why she ran away on the morning of October 18th. And so she can testify to that. But the details as to why she does not feel safe, other than the fact that she'll testify that she'd been there before,
Okay.
and based upon being there before, she didn't feel safe going back. That comes in, but not the details. I find that if for some reason the facts of what happened a year ago could be considered res gestae, I find that the details themselves, any probative value as to those details is substantially outweighed by the danger of unfair prejudice in this matter. And the state still has an ability to certainly argue what I'm hearing is part of the theory of their case, even with the way that I'm limiting how she can provide the information to the court. On the question, also on the third page,
Just need background
did this
information
plan
before we
cause you
get
any
into the
concern about
testimony.
returning? She said yes. What were those concerns? And why? She indicated in part that she was worried about that she would be abused in Iraq. Because I am not allowing the detail in 18, and of course I can't tell her what to respond. I'm not trying to tell her what to respond, but her response may in fact be the same, that she doesn't feel safe as to how she would be treated. And I grant the request that she not be able to use the word abused again, because I don't find that that is res gestae. And it gets into issues with more particularity about how she was treated by her parents, which
So Brooklyn is being facetious. He says there's a dentist case, there's Beef Wellington case, and the Karen Reed case is not going away. I'm tired of that case. Oh, but I did tell you in my email. Did you get my email? I'm gonna go to 34 Fairview. I don't know. Maybe my family, they might not agree, but I do. I do want to take a turn over there just to see it for myself. I just want to see the distance between that road and the house. I want to see it for myself.
is not being introduced in this trial. And again, if for some reason that was res gestae, I find
You are right, because literally every time when I'm at work, we use Edge. So every time you open a new tab, there are always suggestions, there are news headlines, and that girl's all over there all the time, all the time. Yesterday, something about the civil attorneys filing a motion to dismiss XYZ. I don't read the actual articles, just the headlines, because they're right there.
that allowing her to use the term abuse, that she was afraid that she was going to be abused. Any probative value is
I heard
substantially
from
outweighed
Jerome,
by
by
the
the way.
danger of an unfair prejudice
Send me
or
an
confusion of the issues, because this trial is not about her trip to Iraq. And that is why I also believe that the jury could be confused if too many facts as it relates to her previous trip and how she viewed that were to be admitted during the trial.
What the hell?
Ms. Stone, do you have any questions as it relates?
I did not hear about this. Brooklyn says there's a case in Detroit where a kid was unalived in an oxygen chamber for sleep apnea and ADHD. Ah, that's a little off. That's a lot.
To my ruling on those issues.
I do not, Your Honor.
Hmm.
Mr. Leary?
Oh,
All right. And I'm not asking Mr. Kading because Mr. Kading had reserved, but do you have any questions about my ruling?
no.
All right. Also, I wrote on the copy of what was handed forward to me for my review, and so I would just ask that there be a clean copy provided. It doesn't have to be now, or it can't be now, but when we come back at 1:30. And I won't file that. Oh, thank you.
When is July 27? Let's see. What's Sunday?
Thank you, Mr. Leary. I will file that at the conclusion of Fatima Ali's testimony. Now,
I apologize. Unfortunately, have one moment to confer.
yes,
Thank you, Your Honor.
one other piece of information as it relates to number 12. First of all, occasionally the bailiffs will give me information about the jury that's not ultimately relevant for me to share. But I will share this since we're now talking about juror number 12.
Okay, something's happening with that juror, but let's move on. Let us see if we can find the young girl's testament. Dang, they took a long lunch break. Okay.
She testifies, we anticipate that
There we go. There we go. There we go. That's a lengthy testimony, but let's see how far we can get. This, I don't know. Father's right there. Kid's right there. Must be a difficult time, especially for the young girl. The lady. Let's see what's happening.
Members of the jury, you can stand up if you'd like to, just move around a bit while we wait for the next witness. That actually includes anyone in the courtroom who wants to stand.
Come on.
I'm going to start by placing you under oath. Will you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be true and correct? Please be seated.
Thanks, Brooklyn.
I'm going to ask that you pull your chair forward a little bit and adjust the microphone. All right, Ms. Stone, you may inquire.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So Fatima, you're a little soft-spoken.
Yeah, she saw.
We need to make sure that people can hear you okay. So if you have to pull the chair forward a little bit more, that's totally fine, but I may ask you to speak up, okay?
Okay.
If you can please state your name and spell your last name for the record.
Fatima Ali, Ali.
And Fatima, how old are you?
I am 18.
When did you turn 18?
May 31st.
So just recently?
Yes.
No eye contact.
Fatima, how tall are you?
I am 5'1",
Okay. And do you know how much you weigh?
101, I think.
A little over 100 pounds?
Yeah.
Fatima, in 2023,
The prosecution is asking about height, weight, and towards the very end of this thing, maybe in closing arguments, they want the jurors to have this image of this somewhat of a giant towering and pinning this young girl down.
2024, where did you live?
Okay.
with my parents.
Okay. Anyone else live there?
Yes, my sisters and brothers.
And when you say your sisters, who are your sisters?
Haneen Ali and Nora Huda Ali.
And how old is Haneen?
She is 21, I believe,
So she-
Okay. What about Nora?
and Nora is 19.
Okay. And you said your brothers as well. How old are your brothers?
My little brother, Abraham Ali, is about 6 years old.
okay, so she
Okay.
is
Do you have another brother?
years.
Yes. And Ashaq Ali is about 3.
Okay. And you said you lived with your parents. Who are your parents?
Ihsan Ali and Zahraa Ali.
And Fatima, do you see them in the courtroom today?
Yes.
Mm.
Can you indicate where they're located in the article of clothing they're wearing? Starting first with your dad, please.
They're in the right next to the behind the window. Next to
Okay.
the windows. And
What is your dad wearing?
Hard time.
black and gray,
Okay. And what about your mom?
pink and black.
And the record will reflect that the witness has identified Mr. Ali and Mrs. Ali.
And did you always live in,
Cold air coming out of there.
where did you live before that?
Arizona,
Okay.
No, they,
And how long did you live in Arizona?
6 years.
Where were you born, Fatima?
I was born in Iraq.
okay.
And so how old were you when you moved to the U.S.?
I was about 8.
And Fatima, where do you currently go? Let me ask this a different way. In the fall of 2024, where did you go to school?
Timberline High School.
At any point, did you stop going to Timberline High School?
Yes.
And where did you go then?
Online.
Hmm.
Online Summit High School.
Okay.
Why is that?
And was Timberline High School in Lacey, Washington?
Yes.
And what year of school were you in when you started at Timberline? Between freshman, sophomore, junior, senior year?
I started for my sophomore year, junior, and my senior year, but I didn't finish my senior year.
Okay, so would in the fall of 2024, would you have been starting your senior year or at the beginning of your senior year of high school?
At the beginning of my senior year.
And you said you'd go online now, is that correct?
Not now, but
I'm sorry, you said you, at some point you went online, is that correct?
yes.
Are you at a different in-person high school now?
Yes.
When did you move to online schooling from, apologies, let me back up. When you were going to Timberline High School, was that in person?
Yes.
When did you move from in-person to online?
I believe in the beginning of October.
Was that your choice to move online?
No,
Whose choice was that?
Okay.
my parents.
And how did you like online classes?
It was okay.
Okay. What was the schedule like for that?
It was normal schedules, but it was just
Okay, so they
Zoom
pulled out
and
of school.
just the teacher talking to us while we're doing our assignments.
Okay. So did that mean those classes then were at a scheduled time versus you can just go online and do them at your own pace?
It was at a scheduled time
Okay. How many days a week was that?
every day.
And were you able then to do them from home?
Yeah.
Did you have friends that were going online?
Brooklyn, I'll put that on my list.
Not that I know of.
And E.
Did you have friends in school?
Yes.
Did they all maintain in-person school?
Yes.
When we talk about your friends at school, are you familiar with someone named Isaiah? And where do you know him from?
From Timberline High School.
And was he in the same class or your group as you? Meaning, were you both seniors at the time?
No, I was the senior.
And what was he?
He's a junior.
Okay.
Okay.
And how would you describe the relationship between you and Isaiah in September, October of 2024? Acquaintances, friends, or something else?
We were dating.
Were you friends prior to that?
Yes.
Did you tell your parents when you started dating or talking to Isaiah?
No.
And why not?
I was afraid.
Okay.
Okay.
She sounds terrified
Well,
right
are
now.
you allowed to date?
No.
Yeah, she sounds terrified.
How old were you at the time?
17.
Ultimately, do you know if your parents found out you were dating?
Yes.
Who found out first?
My mom.
Did she tell you that she knew?
Yes.
What month is this? July? Is this July?
When you moved to online school, was a reason given for why you were moving to online school to you?
To me.
Yes.
No.
When did you find out you were moving to online school?
When I met with the school, the principal,
And how did that meeting go?
it was fine at first.
Who met with the principal?
My mom and my sister.
So your mom and your sister, did you get a decision to play in that? Did you get to give your input as to online school?
I did.
Yeah, and what was your opinion?
I didn't want to go.
No.
So who decided that you were going online?
My mom.
And Fatima, you indicated that you were born in Iraq. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Have you ever been back to visit?
Yes.
And where to?
Iraq and Najaf.
You said in Najaf?
Najaf.
How many times have you been back?
Once.
When in relation to your senior year of high school did you go back to visit Iraq?
My sophomore year.
Okay. During the year or during the summer?
During the year.
So you would have been, if my math is right, about 16. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
That's fairly recent.
Is that where your family or extended family, or any extended family, is located?
Yes.
Did you like visiting Iraq?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Is there anything about Iraq that you, without explaining it, is there anything about Iraq that you didn't like?
Just felt unsafe.
Okay.
No, Brooklyn. Those are not noise canceling headphones. That's for the interpreter. They have an interpreter in court that is basically translating everything that's being said by the witnesses and the attorneys and the judge. So no, not noise cancellation. Those are connected to an interpreter. I think the interpreter is the lady that was sitting on the other end of the defense table, but I could be mistaken because I did not actually see her mouth move. If you look at the man, he has the father, he has black earphones in.
When you came back
I think she got these specifically because she has the hijab on.
to
Or maybe
America
it might just be comfortable for her.
from your visit, how did you feel about being back in America?
Going back.
About being back here in the United States? When you returned from Iraq and that visit, how did you feel about being back in the United States?
Better.
And when you say better, what do you mean by better?
Feeling safe.
It's July 23.
So on or about Friday, October 18th of 2024, were you already in online school at this point?
Can you repeat that?
Sure. When did you move from in-person school to online school? I think you said the beginning of October earlier. Is that correct?
Yes.
So in the middle of October, on October 18th, Friday, October 18th of 2024, were you actively going online to school?
Yes.
Were you aware at that time of any pending or future trips to go back to Iraq?
Yes.
And do you know when you were scheduled to fly for that trip?
Not at that moment.
Okay. Do you know now, or let me phrase this a different way, when were you scheduled to fly for Iraq?
I don't know what day, but it was a Friday.
Okay. Is there an incident that happened on or about October 18th, 2024 at your school?
Yes.
When was the planned trip to Iraq in relation to that incident?
That day.
Oh, wow.
And how did you find out
Sorry, I
that
messed
you were
up.
going back?
I
You were
should be
scheduled.
pausing. Okay. So that's relevant information. That is information that I did not previously have. Maybe prosecutors talked about this during opening, but I did not watch opening. Okay. So it's very clear to me because as I was listening to the witnesses, right, I did not quite understand. Sure, there was an alleged attack. Some people filmed it. I did not understand what the hastiness was, right? So now it makes sense that she was scheduled to leave for Iraq on that specific day, and that's when she's out here at the school and she's supposed to be home or heading to the airport. Okay, so Brooklyn said she had some issues with a passport. What kind of issues did she have?
In relation to that incident.
That day.
Okay.
Hmm.
And how did you find out that you were going back? You were scheduled to travel back to Iraq.
Can you repeat that for me?
Sure. How did you find out about the trip?
I found out by my mom first.
Okay. And when you say you found out by your mom, what does that mean?
I overheard her conversation.
Talking to who?
My aunt.
Okay. And did anyone else confirm that for you later? Provide more details?
Yes.
Who?
My sister, Henning.
Okay. And do you recall, in relation to the incident we're going to talk about in a little bit, when did you find out about the trip back to Iraq?
Can you repeat that for me, please?
Sure. No, that's okay. How long did you know you were traveling back to Iraq before the incident we're going to talk about? Days, weeks, months, hours, something different?
Like a week or so.
Okay. And when did you talk to your mom about that trip? Meaning, how long are we going for? What do I need to pack? Did you get any of that kind of information from your mom or your dad?
Yeah.
Okay. What kind of information did they give you about the trip?
You're going forever.
To pack a lot of clothes.
Okay. How long were you going for?
More than at least 2 months.
Okay. So a couple of months.
Yes.
Did you have a round trip ticket or a one-way ticket?
One-way ticket.
And what, if anything, did they indicate about the online schooling that you were actively engaged in? Were you going to maintain your schooling?
Yes.
So their plan was to maintain that same schooling?
Yeah.
Kids
Do you
here.
know what the time difference is to Iraq from Washington?
About 10 hours.
Really? Is that it?
And was everyone going on that trip, to your knowledge?
No.
Who was not going on that trip?
My dad and my sister, Henning.
And who was going on the trip? Does that mean everyone else was going on the trip?
Yes.
You've previously described your prior experience going to Iraq and in feeling unsafe. Is that correct?
Yes.
Did you have any concerns about returning back to Iraq?
Yes.
And based on your prior experiences in Iraq, did you have concerns about being safe upon your return?
Yes.
Did you have any concerns about your return to the United States afterwards?
Yes.
And what concern was your What concern did you have about returning to the U.S. afterwards?
Not returning at all.
Did you explain to your parents that you didn't want to go back?
No,
And why not?
because no matter what I say, it doesn't really change.
Okay. How would you describe your communication style with your parents and theirs with you?
Not good.
And when you say not good, do you have an open communication back and forth? Can you talk to your parents about those types of things?
No,
Fatima, do you recall, on a quick aside, do you recall participating in a hearing in March of this year where you were sworn in unrelated to this criminal case?
yes,
Okay.
Okay.
And do you recall during the course of that hearing being asked a question about whether someone had contacted you, to which you indicated an answer that was not true and accurate?
yes,
And do you recall during an interview with defense counsel earlier this year where you were asked about that question specifically?
yes,
And when you were asked about that hearing, did you indicate to defense counsel that the hearing statement you had provided was not true and accurate?
yes.
Wait,
Okay.
what?
So on October 18th of this year,
I mean, she's not really saying anything thus far. What don't you believe? What is she saying that you don't agree with?
as I understand it, you didn't feel like you had a very open communication style with your parents. Is that correct?
Yes,
Just a moment. Ms. Stoney said October 18th of this year.
Oh, apologies, Your Honor. Thank you. October 18th of 2024.
yes,
Okay, last year. You indicated that you hadn't expressed those travel concerns for the reasons that you stated. Once you decided you didn't want to go back, did you make a plan about what to do?
yes.
And can you tell the jury, please, what that plan was?
To run away.
Okay. And how were you going to accomplish that?
I have no idea.
Okay. Well, on the morning of October 18th, 2024, tell me how that day started for you. What did you do that day?
I woke up at 4 in.
And what did you do next?
I decided to pack up all my things and go out in the back door.
Okay. Did you take any money with you?
Yes,
Okay. How much did you take?
$100.
Okay. And whose money was that?
My mom's.
Okay. And you grabbed your things. You took $100 from your mom. You, what kinds of things? When you say you grabbed your things, what does that mean?
My clothes,
Anything else?
hygiene stuff.
What time was
And where did you go?
To the bus stop.
And where did you go from the bus stop?
To Walmart and Safeway.
to where?
So why did you go to Walmart and Safeway?
Because school didn't start.
And when you say school, which school?
Timberland High
That
School.
school starts at
Okay.
noon or something.
Why were you waiting for school to start?
So I can go there.
So you could what?
I can go there.
Okay. So Brooklyn says that he only believe about 75% of what the victim is testifying to. Brooklyn says she could have had issues with religion or her parents. She had an American boyfriend and was a troubled teen. I need you to expand a little bit more on that for me. What do you mean by all of that? And what specifically do you not believe?
You've talked about, Fatima, where you didn't feel safe. Where did you feel safe?
Dang, they're taking notes.
In the school.
What happened next?
I was going to stop next to a bus stop next to the Safeway.
And then what happened?
Then my mom or my sister found me in the car,
Okay.
Then what did you do?
ran the other direction.
Okay. And what happened next?
I waited and I took a little break because I was tired.
And then what?
I went to the other side so they wouldn't see me.
And when you say the other side of what?
Like not near Safeway at all, like somewhere they cannot see where I'm going.
Okay. And what happened next?
I was waiting for the bus, and then I went further away.
And then what?
After I went further away, I was trying to come up with a plan or something so I can get to the school on time.
Okay. And what did you do after you had some time to kind of come up with a plan? Where did you go next?
I went
About to die.
into the bus, and then I went straight to the school.
It's 7 in the morning.
And when you
still
say the
did not
school, are you
answer
still
my
talking
question.
about Timberline High School?
Yes,
What don't you believe about her testimony?
Is that in Lacey, Washington?
yes.
And what happened? Well, first of all, what time does school start?
7:30.
That's early.
And where did you go when you got there?
I went
Suppose that's why
straight
they
to a classroom.
went out at 2.
And whose classroom was that?
Mr. Thomas,
Who is Mr.
Who's that?
Thomas?
The counselor.
What does he teach?
history.
Oh, history.
Had you had class with Mr. Thomas before?
Yes,
Did you know any students in that class as well?
yes.
Who did you know in that class?
Oh.
And what did Mr. Thomas do?
He told me he couldn't help me.
Okay.
What do you-
And did you, what period is that?
First period.
Okay. And after you spoke with Mr. Thomas, did he give you anything?
He gave me some food.
Okay. And then where did you go from there?
To the counselor's office.
Okay. And when you left Mr. Thomas's class and you went to the counselor's office, where is the counselor's office?
Downstairs.
And who was the counselor?
Miss Robinson.
Miss Robinson?
Yes,
Okay. And she is the school counselor?
yes,
Are you familiar with Miss Robinson then from your time there?
yes,
Did you have a relationship with Miss Robinson?
yeah.
Without repeating anything that you said to Miss Robinson, what happened next?
Eventually I had a place to stay, and I had to wait until school.
Okay, so Brooklyn is surprised that the victim was in a co-ed school because apparently when you say most of these kids, are you referring to kids from, I guess, religious backgrounds? Is that what you're saying?
School was over.
Okay. Did you tell her what was going on?
Yes,
She waited where?
and I had to wait until school was over.
Wait.
To stay. Eventually I had a place to stay, and I had to wait until school was over.
Okay. Did you tell her what was going on?
Yes,
Did you tell her what you were afraid of?
yes,
And when you say you got a place to stay, did she assist you in getting that place to stay?
yes,
Did she provide you with any additional items for the purpose of getting you set up in that place to stay?
yes.
What kinds of items?
A blanket and a computer.
I'm sorry, I want to get in.
Computer.
Computer, I believe she said.
Oh, computer.
And
Is that correct? Computer?
Yes,
were you trying to still do your online classes?
yes.
And then how long did you stay at the school?
I don't know.
So did you stay until school ended or
Oh, I thought you meant
that's okay.
I stayed until school was over.
Okay. And do you recall what time school lets out?
Ends at 2:00.
And what happened when school let out? Where did you go when school let out? When all the bells ring, I'm assuming there's bells. When the bells ring and everyone's in the mass exodus, where do you go?
I went to the bus stop.
Exodus is not a good word to use during a trial.
And where was Miss Robinson at this time?
She was leading me outside.
All you need.
Okay. Did you see Isaiah at any point during the day?
Yes.
Where did you see Isaiah?
I saw him coming out from the front of the door, and then I was waiting on him.
Okay. And when you say the doors, which doors?
I'm glad she said that she was waiting on him, because had she testified to them just running into each other randomly, that would have been a little difficult, or it would have been unbelievable.
To the building?
The front.
Issue.
Front doors?
Front doors.
Okay. So were you with Miss Robinson then at the time that you met up with Isaiah?
Yes.
Okay.
And you said she started walking you to the bus stop. Did she go all the way to the bus stop with you?
No.
Or where did she leave you at?
Right in the front of the doors.
Okay. And did anyone walk with you to the bus stop then?
Yes.
Who did? And why were you going to the bus stop?
So I can get to the place where I can stay at.
Is this a nonprofit location?
Yes.
Had you told your parents during this where you were going?
Like a women's shelter
Not at that moment.
or women and girls shelter.
And as you're walking to the bus stop, well, let me back up. What do you drive?
They probably should have taken her to the shelter before school let up. The only issue would have been, because oftentimes for those shelters, they don't, not that they don't like, but oftentimes disclosing the location is prohibited. Right. So I suppose she wanted the boyfriend to know where she was going to go or something along those lines. Doesn't, again, I don't know. I don't have all the facts, but I do wonder why they decided to wait until school let out as opposed to just taking her when she went out there looking for a place to go.
Dressed on this day? What are you wearing?
A hoodie and some black pants.
A hoodie and some black pants.
Yes.
Did you have any hats or masks with you?
Yes. I had my hood on and I had a beanie and a mask on.
What kind of
And
mask?
when you say mask, what kind of mask?
Yeah.
Like a COVID mask.
A COVID mask?
Yes.
Not a blue shiesty.
Were you wearing them as you walked to the bus stop, or had you taken them off?
I was wearing them.
Okay. At some point, did you take them off?
Yes.
When did you take them off?
When my dad was talking to me.
Oh, you're leaving out details. I don't know if it's the prosecutor, if it's a witness. You need to let us know, how did your father just appear? Lead us through the facts.
Okay, so as you're walking to the bus stop, what's happening around you? Are there kids? Is there traffic? Is it empty? What does the area look like?
Really busy.
Really busy? Okay.
I
And
need you to verbally respond. You shook your head, but if you could give a verbal response, please.
I apologize.
no, you're okay. So is that a yes?
Yes.
And remember that the reason, and we talked about it, right? The reason is because we have a court reporter. She has to write down everything we say. So if you nod, she can't write down a nod.
I don't know what to make of the judge.
If you say mm-hmm, she can't write down an mm-hmm. We don't know what that means. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you're walking to the bus stop, what's happening next?
I saw my dad's truck
There we go.
And when you say you saw your dad's truck, where did you see that?
in the parking lot.
Was it parked? Was it driving? What was it doing?
It was just parked.
Okay. And where in relation to
Brooklyn,
you
what
was the truck?
Brooklyn, what did these parents do for a living? Do you know?
Next to the bus stop.
Okay. What kind of truck does your dad have?
Gray Ram truck.
What makes her not the best, Brooklyn?
Do you recall what you were wearing underneath your dark hoodie, your black hoodie or dark hoodie, and those black pants at the time?
Yes.
What was that?
Pink shirt.
Do you remember what Isaiah was wearing?
No, but I know that he was wearing something black.
Okay. You just remember that it was black.
Yes.
Where is that bus stop for the school in relation to the school itself?
Next to the high school's sign.
Wait, what?
The high.
In relation to the school itself.
Was what?
Where is that bus stop for the school in relation to the school itself?
Next to the high school's sign.
And is that bus stop for a school district bus, a city bus, or something else?
A city bus.
Okay. Oh, I see. I see. That's the one thing I was not clear about when the bus driver was testifying. I could not figure out if he was a school bus driver or a public transportation driver. It sounds like he did not work for the school. That's actually different then. So it means some of the students that were taking the bus, they were not being transported but via public transport. I'm sorry, they were not being transported by the school bus system. Instead, they had to get on public transportation. That's a little different.
And for Turner?
You may.
What's the population in Lacey?
Fatima, I'm going to give you what's been marked and admitted as states exhibits 1 through 4.
Washington.
I'm going to ask you to look at those silently to yourself for a moment and then look up at me when you're done and ready, okay?
So why aren't you writing?
Fatima, do you recognize what I've handed you?
Yes.
And what are those?
Zahraa is
It's the bus stop and the school.
Okay. And do those appear to be a true and accurate representation of that area as it appeared to you on October 18th of 2024?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to take it back to you, okay? May I publish, Honor?
You may.
What's up, Benji? What's up? What's up? Okay.
Fatima,
So Brooklyn says that the ADA is not the best because of the question she's asking. What's up, Benji? Good to see you. I'm good. Brooklyn welcomed me back to my own channel because apparently I've been MIA. I've just been working. I've been working. Um, yeah, especially this week. I have a lot of work to get done. I have a lot of cases that need to settle, and I'm taking off on Friday because I'm going to 34 Fairview. That's the Karen Reed case. So I want to go check it out for myself. There's more to it though. I'm going to Kids Bop. So I have to get my work done. How are things with you though? How far did you get on your savings for your vacation? Brooklyn said, look at who showed up. Wow. Brooklyn's excited to see you, Benji. Oh, Benji, this is what we have jumped into. This is the state of Washington v. Ali and Ali. These are parents, the victims on the stand right now. They are accused of an attempted honor killing. I don't know if this is the first time you're hearing about this trial. Yeah, it's something special. So it's an attempted honor killing. There's footage that was shown to the jurors of the father allegedly attacking his daughter in public in broad daylight, and apparently on the day that this attack occurred, the father, or at least the daughter, was supposed to be leaving for Iraq, and the parents had engaged in some type of arranged marriage where this daughter had to be married off to an older man. She was defiant of her parents' rules, and she brought dishonor upon the family name allegedly. And um, here's the thing, though, because I keep thinking about this attempted murder, right? I keep thinking about it. I'm trying to figure out if those charges are solely restricted to the chokehold and the strangling of the daughter at the bus stop outside the school, or if the prosecution is going to present other evidence that shows some type of planning between the father and the mother as far as this attempted honor killing is concerned. That's what um, I'm wondering. That's what I'm wondering about. But let's move on.
Can you please indicate which exhibit you have published?
Yes, Your Honor.
I know
So
what
I'm
this
showing you what's been
cross-examination-
admitted as State's Exhibit 1. When you are looking at this, may I approach with the clicker?
Yes.
If you push this button, you see the little cursor on there? That will move it around, okay? So you can find out what I'm asking. There's a little bit of a delay, so just give it a second. There you go, okay?
Crazy.
Fatima, when you said you left from the front doors of Timberline High School, where on the map here are we looking at on State's Exhibit 1?
Right
And you're
there.
pointing about the center, just above center of the map, is that correct? And it's
Yeah.
a little finicky. Okay. And when you said you walked across the parking lot to the bus stop, which direction did you go? And did you follow that trail
Oh,
or
there's the bus
that
stop.
pathway down the middle?
What's the
Looks
farthest
like it's
part?
almost dissecting the map through the parking lot, connecting to Mullen Road and the bus icon.
Yes.
I'm going to show you State's Exhibit
What's the farthest part?
2.
And how far was she when she noticed this part?
And Fatima, what are we looking at here? What is this a photograph
You must
of?
have AC in that quarter.
A zoom in of the parking lot.
Okay. And so when you were traveling from the front doors of the school to the bus stop, which direction are you going based on the parking lot here? How did you travel?
So we need you to please try and verbally describe.
And use the pointer, okay?
Okay. I was going the sidewalk.
It's a tough place to
I
be.
was just following the trail.
Okay, so where the crosswalks are marked on the map with the trail, the crosswalks are marked on the map with the sidewalk that's top to bottom of the photo, about a third of the way over from the left-hand side. Is that correct?
Yes.
When you first remember seeing your dad, where was your dad's truck when you first remember seeing it?
Right.
He was on my right and he was near to the bus stop.
Okay, so you pointed out about center left of the photograph, him parked in one of those side lots. Is that correct?
Yes.
Did his truck stay there or did his truck move, if you remember?
His truck moved
And do you remember where his truck moved to?
to the front
I
of
don't know,
the bus stop.
maybe if the allegations are true, maybe this young girl did not expect for her father to attack her in public. And that's what I keep saying. I do not understand why the counselors waited until school was out, unless that was the next availability for a bus. But it should have been pretty obvious that her parents would be looking for her.
Okay, and so now you've pointed towards the bottom left-hand side of the photograph, to the parking lot slots that are almost right directly next to the bus stop. Is that correct?
Yes.
Do you remember who saw your truck first? Did you see it, or did Isaiah see it, or did both of you see it?
I saw it.
Okay. And what happened? What do you think when you saw your dad's truck?
We didn't think it was his truck.
Okay, so when you say you saw your dad's truck, but you didn't think it was his truck, what do you mean?
Hoping for the best.
Okay,
You need
so
to,
let me ask you a different question then.
yeah.
Did you think it was his truck, but you were hoping it was not?
Yes,
Why were you hoping it wasn't your dad's truck?
because I was afraid.
Okay, so what did you do based on the information of seeing your dad's truck?
I kept walking.
And what happens next?
I was at the bus stop.
And when you get to the bus stop, are there kids at the bus stop?
Yes,
And about how many kids, if you know, or can estimate?
at least 10 and above.
Did the prosecutor just
And is your dad at the bus stop when you get to the bus stop?
Yes,
Okay, so what happens next?
he started talking to me.
Okay. And what happens while he's talking to you?
I was just trying to wait for the bus.
Okay, so the testimony is a little confusing. So it sounds like she saw an empty truck, thought that, okay, that looks like my father's truck, but it's probably not him because there's nobody in the truck. And then she walks to the actual bus stop, and there the father was.
Okay. And what do you mean you're just trying to wait for the bus? Are you communicating back with him?
Yes,
Okay. And how are you two communicating?
calmly but intense.
Okay. Where is the first time when you get to the bus stop, where do you first see your dad? Like there at the bus stop or within the vicinity of the bus stop?
He was behind the high school sign.
Okay, so the high school sign, the actual Timberline High School sign, is
Yes.
that correct?
Alexis,
Where
your
is the
timer
sign?
for
If you're
15 minutes.
standing, if I'm looking at the bus stop, where is the sign? Is it to the left of the bus stop or to the right of the bus stop?
Behind.
Behind? Okay. And while you're standing there, your dad walks up. How does that conversation start?
With my name.
Okay.
Okay, what-
Is it initially calm? Is it initially not calm? Is it initially quiet, loud? What does the initial start of that conversation look like between the two of you?
Calm.
The calm. What about volume? Loud, soft, something else?
Soft.
Does that the tenor of that conversation change? Does the volume and interaction between the two of you change as that conversation progresses?
To me.
What's that?
what do you
To
mean?
me, it was different.
Okay, and what do you mean by that?
I felt the energy and the intensity.
Okay.
So it felt like it got more intense.
Yes.
Alexa, stop.
Could you tell if other kids were noticing that this conversation was happening?
Yes.
Okay, the mother appears to be getting incredibly emotional. And she's also writing. She's taking some notes. Something's going on. Something's always going on. And she appears pretty emotional.
And how old is your dad, if you know?
Yeah, and here's the thing. Oh, they're asking about a father's age. Because again, as I've been thinking about possible defense strategies, I do wonder to some extent if this was an arranged marriage between the Ali's. I don't know. Let me leave their business alone. But I did consider, because if that's in fact the case, then defense strategy for the mother is to pin everything on the father. And then the father's strategy is, I suppose, to chalk it down to parenting and a father or parent's right to determine how to raise their kids, I suppose.
He's in his 40s.
Okay. Do
Really?
you know how tall or heavy he is?
No.
40s.
Is he bigger than you?
Yes.
All right, so this makes me wonder that what year, this is what, 2025. So earlier on, hold on, let me get here. Let me not lose this, but hold on. I'm gonna remove that for a second. And then let's share. No, I want to remove that. I don't want to add. Hold on. There we go. All right, so let me share my screen again, but differently. All right, so as I was trying to prepare my thumbnail yesterday, I was trying to figure out, trying to find a thumbnail. And every time the quality, the images of these defendants, very grainy, could not find a decent picture. But as I was searching, this image showed up, right? This image of, to me, I struggle. I don't quite know if this is the same defendant or not, but I thought this was troubling enough for me to actually look into this. Again, so this was 2018. This individual was 40 years old, and I was not sure about that. Right? They do kind of look similar. He has a mole though to the right. I'm gonna have to look at Fatima's father again. In any event, so this is from, let me see, I think it's 2018. And the allegations very disturbing. Allegedly, a police officer pursued relationships with vulnerable women. And this individual was jailed for 2 years. Again, I don't know if this is the same person or not, but very similar names. I could not quite figure out if it's the same person or not. I'm gonna have to look at that. I'm gonna have to look at the position of the ears. Hold on. Let's remove this. They had an update. Oh, I forgot. Where's this? Yeah, there's been a recent update. I know I had this appear for quite some time. When I returned to StreamYard, it's kind of a different version. So I'm still trying to learn my way around. Let's just look at the father a little bit.
Yes.
40, 19, no, not 19.
And when you were talking, did you talk back to your dad? Meaning during the course of the conversation, was he just talking at you and you were waiting for the bus? Or did you engage back with him and speak back with him?
About the
I
same
talked back
age, but
And was that in English, Arabic, or something else?
Arabic.
something else.
And what were you telling him?
I didn't want to go back home.
And did he accept that?
No.
And as this conversation is going, is your dad getting louder or quieter or something else?
He didn't get louder.
Okay.
He didn't get quieter either.
Okay. And what about his
that mean he stayed-
demeanor or mood? Was he happy and relaxed or something else?
He looked frustrated.
Sure. Was your dad aware that people were recording?
Yes,
And how do you know?
because he told me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was he smiling during the conversation with you?
A little bit.
Okay.
Smile.
And have you seen your dad smile before?
Yes.
You said earlier he didn't seem happy, but you've said he's smiling. How do those two things both exist?
Can you repeat that?
Yeah, I'll ask that a different way. So you said he's smiling. Was it a happy smile?
No.
And tell me what you mean by that.
He
About to spaz out.
looked mad while he was smiling.
So he looked like he was mad, but he was smiling more as he got angry.
Yes.
Does your dad speak both Arabic and English?
Yes.
And as this conversation is continuing, Where is Isaiah?
beside me,
Okay.
Is he doing or saying anything?
just comforting me.
And what does that mean when you say
Right.
comforting me?
He was patting my back.
Ooh.
Did you have any kind of updates about where the bus was? Like, meaning is, did you know if the bus was coming? Could you see the bus? Or were you still no idea where the bus is at this point?
I knew that the bus was coming.
How did you know this?
And how would you describe the distance between you and your dad physically as this conversation is happening?
Can you explain it a different way?
Sure. Were you standing on one side of the bus
Oh,
stop?
were
Are you
you?
still over by the sign? Are you standing super close to each other? Something farther away? Or something else entirely? How would you describe the distance between you and your dad during that conversation?
It was not too close, but not too far. And every time when I back away, he comes closer.
Okay. Did he comment at all about Isaiah patting your back?
Yes,
What did he say about Isaiah patting your back?
that he was getting really upset about it.
Ooh.
Okay. Did he have any concerns about how close Isaiah was standing to you?
Yes,
And what were those concerns that he expressed? I mean, what did he say about it?
he didn't say anything. I just knew that he looked really upset that I was standing by him.
Okay.
Why is that? Why is that upsetting? Or why would that upset?
So what happens next?
What if anything?
After you're having this conversation, Isaiah is patting your back. Your dad's getting frustrated. And I believe you said he was getting mad. He's smiling more, but you know he's getting mad instead. What happens next?
The bus came.
Okay.
Yeah.
What happens when the bus comes?
I tried to go to the bus.
And then what happens?
My dad grabbed my hoodie.
Okay.
And what happened next?
I don't remember.
Okay. So your dad grabs your hoodie. Does he say anything?
Yes,
And what did he say?
my daughter
Okay.
Oh no.
Where is Isaiah during this?
beside me.
I'm sorry, Benji. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All right. So Benji is walking right now. Vacation got canceled. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry. How's work going though?
Is
Have you been busy?
Isaiah still patting your back, or is Isaiah doing something different?
Trying to push my dad away.
Okay. And this is after your dad has grabbed your hoodie.
It
Or
was
while-
during.
I guess to make it seem. No, let me not say make it seem as if. Basically, the prosecutor wants the jurors to believe that the father was the initial aggressor and not Isaiah.
Okay. I know you said you don't remember much, so let me ask a couple of specific questions, okay? Let's take it in some bite-sized chunks. At the time your dad makes contact with you and grabs your hoodie, are you standing up, sitting down, lying down, or something else?
I was standing up.
Okay. And when your dad grabs you, is he still talking quietly or is he louder at this point?
Louder.
That's good. That's good. I've just been busy. That's it. Working, adulting.
And after your dad grabs your hoodie, let's go through some of the senses. What's the next thing you remember seeing? What are some of the images that you remember seeing?
I was seeing my hand reaching my neck.
When you said you saw your hand reaching
Right.
your neck. Okay. Do you remember if it was light out or dark out?
Light.
And why is your hand reaching for your neck?
Because I knew my dad was choking me.
Okay. When you say you remember seeing your hand reach for your neck, do you remember if it was the palm of your hand, the back of your hand, or something else?
The palm.
Okay. And do you have any other images that you remember during this period of time?
Yes.
What do you remember?
I saw darkness at first.
Okay. And when you say you
Difficult.
saw darkness, what else do you remember?
Another
Seeing? Any
image.
images that you remember seeing?
I saw Isaiah and a friend standing above me.
You saw Isaiah and a friend standing above you.
Yes.
Do you remember seeing anything else?
I saw a lady holding a phone.
Did you know her?
No.
Are you sure about the order of events in which these images are that you remember, or just images?
It was just images.
Okay. Do you remember when you see these things, if you're standing up, lying down, sitting down, or something else?
Some of them were lying down, some of them were standing up.
Okay. In terms of what you remember when you're lying down, which ones do you remember seeing while you're lying down?
The
There were
one
keys
where
missing in
I'm
the
reaching for my neck,
lines.
and the one where Isaiah and a friend was above me.
Okay. And you said you remembered seeing your hand reach for your neck because your dad was choking you. How do you know that? Meaning,
Blood pressure.
what were you feeling to tell you that?
Can you rephrase that?
Sure. Where was your dad when your dad was choking you?
Behind me.
How was it choking you? Just ask the
So what's
question.
the next thing that you remember feeling, either touching you
Yeah,
or that
how
you
was
were
it choking
touching?
you?
I'm not quite sure, but I just knew that my dad was choking me.
Okay. Did you feel arms around your neck?
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
We're just letting a lead.
Do you remember feeling or touching anything else?
Yes.
What do you remember feeling or touching?
The dirt on my face.
Okay. And was there dirt on your face while your dad's arms were on your neck?
Yes.
Okay. Is she on the ground?
Were you speaking or breathing or saying anything?
No.
What about air? Could you feel the ability to breathe?
They're just letting
No.
a lead.
Did you have any pain?
Alexa, stop.
Yes.
And where was that pain?
On my neck.
Okay. When you felt the dirt on your face, do you remember seeing anything while you felt the dirt on your face?
No.
Okay.
Were you on the ground or standing up?
I was on the ground.
And is your dad still choking you at this point?
Yes.
Do you know how long this went on for?
No.
How long did it feel like it was going for?
Sustained.
Did it feel long or short?
Long.
The fans finally objected.
And when you say you could feel, well, let me back up. What are you thinking during this period of time?
Thinking.
Heartbroken.
Okay.
How are you feeling?
By what?
Thinking, feeling.
For what my dad did.
Okay. Did you have any fear
Yes.
about
They're
what?
just letting a lead.
I'm dying.
Ooh.
Okay. Are you saying anything?
No.
I guess it's not good enough to say of dying, of my father killing me. That would have been a better response. But
Your Honor, this might be a good time for break.
Now, the bailiffs to come forward. It's time for our afternoon recess, so we'll have a break for about 15 minutes. Thank you.
it's some powerful testimony. I know Brooklyn said he doesn't believe everything she's testifying to. That's it. All right, come on. What else do they have? What time is it? I need to get that. I feel like I'm always saying the same thing, and then I'm up here late. So I'll be live tomorrow. I'll schedule that live in advance. That's a different individual. That no, that's not the person that was sitting out there initially. Oh no, let's fast forward. Let us fast forward.
So when we left off, you had talked about some of the fears that you had. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Okay. And what do you remember hearing during this time? What are some of the things that you remember hearing?
I don't remember.
Why would those not be hearsay? Why wouldn't those statements? I mean, she said she doesn't remember, so I guess it's not coming in.
Hearing anything during the time.
Okay. Do you remember hearing voices at any point during this process?
When I woke up,
Okay. And what do you remember hearing when you woke up?
my mom,
What do you remember hearing your mom say?
my daughter,
Okay.
Do you know where your mom is when you're hearing this?
behind me,
Okay. And what is your mom doing behind you?
holding on to me,
What does that
I'm
mean?
sorry.
Sorry, I can't hear that.
holding on to me,
She's holding on to you. Where do you
What does that
feel
mean?
her holding on to you?
my chest and my neck.
I don't know.
Do you know how you went from your dad's arms around your neck to your mom's arms around your chest and neck?
No,
I don't know. Are you saying your mom was choking you too? What is she testifying to? What is she saying?
Fatima, this may sound like a obvious question. Is this a normal way for your parents, either of them, to hold you or comfort you?
I don't know.
Meaning, let me ask this a different way.
Yeah,
Is
that's.
this how your
I don't know. On the prosecutor's questions, I don't want to say that the questions are not clear, but the testimony is not exactly clear. The prosecutor should have clarified what Fatima meant when she said she woke up to her mother holding her. Holding her how? Was it um gentle? Was it aggressive? Was the mother choking her? I'm assuming, just based on the prosecutor's follow-up questions when she asked whether this was a normal way for her parents to hold her, I'm assuming that the mother's contact was not wanted, to negative contact one way or another. It's just not clear exactly if the mother was choking her or doing something else, or if she was, I don't know, caressing her. I don't know why the mother would be caressing her chest, but
parents have held and comforted you before? Do they normally put their arms around your neck?
No,
Does that include your mom?
yes,
she's getting emotional. The mother's getting really emotional. Yeah, that part, the prosecutor still did not clear that up. The prosecutor should have clarified exactly how the mother was holding her.
What is the next thing that you remember
Getting emotional for sure.
after you described yourself as waking up? What do you mean by waking up?
Yeah, I'm glad she's clarifying that because I also did not get the whole waking up.
regain consciousness.
Okay. So did you lose consciousness during this event?
Yes,
Do you know how many times? Was it once, more than once, or something else? If you remember.
at least 4 times.
Okay.
Careful with that number. The defense attorney's eyebrows are raising a little bit. Careful with
What's the next thing you remember seeing when you wake up? What do you see around you?
The bush.
You see bushes or the bush?
Yeah.
Okay. And is that when your mom is on you or at a different time?
At
When
no
my mom
point,
is
that
on
is
me.
speculating, at no point did the witness testify to the mother being on her. So that's not even in evidence.
Okay.
Wait, what did she say?
And is that when your mom is on you or at a different time?
When my mom is
Yeah,
on
Dude, you're scrunching up your
Mom
eyebrows
is
and
on
everything.
you
Just object.
or at a different
Unless you're
time?
going to cross-examine. You still have.
When my mom is on me,
Okay. Are you talking to your mom or trying to talk to your mom?
trying to talk to my mom.
What do you mean by trying?
What are you trying to tell her?
That I didn't want her arm around my neck.
Okay. Are you able to breathe
A little bit.
a little bit?
Wow.
Could you breathe fully at that point?
No.
I don't know. A lot is missing here. Unless some of the witnesses testified to this and I just did not hear those portions. What I do remember, one of the the student witnesses testifying to today is that the father choked the daughter, and then folks managed to get the father off of the daughter. What I'm not understanding about the mother stuff, did this occur while the father was restrained, or at which point did the mother then take over choking the daughter? That even sounds crazy. That sounds crazy.
How would you describe your mom's size compared to you?
A bit bigger.
Do you remember if you're standing, lying, or sitting down at this point?
Sitting down.
Fatima, how would you
Hold on.
describe your awareness of your environment
Go back.
as compared to you?
A bit bigger.
Okay.
Do you remember if you're standing, lying, or sitting down at this point?
Sitting down.
Alexa, stop.
Fatima, how would you describe your awareness of your environment around you at this time?
A lot of yelling.
I'm sorry,
A lot of yelling.
a lot of
Does
yelling.
not answer.
How are you feeling?
Scared.
Okay.
I'm pretty scared of.
How would you describe your physical feeling? Do you feel like your normal self or something else?
Something else.
And what is that something else?
Hurt.
Okay. What happened next after you're trying to ask your mom or tell your mom to let go of you?
Yeah, mom's getting really emotional.
What happens next that you remember?
Isaiah was trying to pull me.
Isaiah was trying to pull you.
Yes.
Pull you
Okay.
where? Pull you how?
And then what happens?
Yeah,
I was trying to get up.
When you're trying to get up, what happens?
the prosecutor needs to ask better questions. She needs to do a better job of laying out the testimony.
When you try and get up?
I couldn't get up.
You couldn't get up. And then what?
Well, then you didn't respond to that last one when she said you couldn't get up.
Could you not get up?
I couldn't get up. Yes.
Okay. And then what happens?
Eventually I got up and I tried to walk away.
Okay.
Okay. How would you describe your legs working at that point?
Jelly.
Weak.
Somebody's breathing hard. Maybe it's her, maybe it's the
Do you remember whether you saw your sister at all at any point?
Yes.
Okay. Where was your sister?
She was holding on to me.
They have to
She was-
specify which sister. I know it's the older. I watched a little bit of the body worn camera, so I believe that's the older sister, but the prosecutor needs to lay the information out.
Was holding on to you? Holding on to what?
My sleeve.
And
What way?
what, if anything, or what communications, if any, are you having with your sister?
I didn't have any communications.
Okay.
Terrible.
Were you
A choice of words again. I don't know about communicating. Maybe say talking.
doing anything? What were you trying to do during this period of time? You're standing up. Your sister's got your sleeve. Where is Isaiah? Where is everyone?
Yeah,
I was trying to
not
let
a word.
her let go of me.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what happens next?
she let go, and then I started running
Okay. And where were you running?
I don't know why
to
was
the school.
I holding it there. This is all chaotic.
Why were you trying to get away from your mom and your sister?
Because I was afraid.
Okay.
What? Yeah, that's good.
Do you remember if your mom ever spoke to you in either Arabic or English to ask you if you were okay?
No,
No, you don't remember, or no, she did not?
I don't remember, and I
Good-
don't
good
think she
question.
did.
Does your mom speak English to any extent?
A little bit.
Are you aware of whether she has communicated or communicates with your teachers or school in English?
Yes.
So different.
Fatima, based on your recollection of that day and your experience, would you have been able to get away from either of your parents without help from Isaiah or others that were present on scene?
I could not get help if I was alone.
Were either of them holding on to you with your consent?
No,
What do you mean either of them? Are
Do you know what
referring to the mother, the father, the sister, Isaiah, the other people? You need to clarify your questions.
happened after Isaiah helped you get away from your mom? You said you ran to the school. Where's Isaiah during this?
running with me.
Where is your mom and or your dad or Haneen?
I didn't know where my dad was, but my mom was following me.
Okay. What did that
Alexis,
look
stop.
like?
What do you mean?
Like when you say following, were you guys running? Were you walking? Something else?
I was running and she was walking
And where did you go?
to the school
And where in the school?
in the front.
Mom's emotional.
And did you go inside the school?
Yes,
Okay. Where inside the school?
straight to the office.
Do you remember who was at the office?
The front desk and Miss Robinson.
And when you say the front desk, are there people that work at the front desk?
Yes,
Male or female?
female.
Did you tell them anything when you got there?
Yes,
And what did you say when you walked in?
he was trying to kill me.
Wait, what happened?
And how
Hold
did
on,
you
I missed
feel
that, sorry.
physically?
He was
Male or female?
female. Front desk and Miss Robinson.
And when you say the front desk, are there people that work at the front desk?
Yes,
Male or female?
female.
Did you tell them anything when you got there?
Yes,
I need
And what did you say when you walked in?
he was trying to kill me.
who's he?
And how did you feel physically? Did you have any pain anywhere?
Yes,
And where did you feel pain?
my throat.
In your throat?
Yes,
Okay. Anywhere else?
my body felt weak.
Hey, what's going on? Zahraa.
Christina, have you seen any videos of the events in this case?
Only one.
And what video was that? Do you remember?
I think it was a kid holding,
Okay.
recording.
A kid's video?
Yes,
Do you know who took that video?
no.
Okay. Have you seen any video footage of any of the any bus, or are you aware if there's any video footage of this incident from a bus camera?
I'm aware.
Have you actually seen it?
No.
May I, Coach Runner?
You may.
I'm going to show you what's been admitted as State's Exhibits 5 through 20. I'm going to ask you to look at these silently to yourself and then look up at me when you're done. Order.
Fast forward.
Can you see yourself in these? State's Exhibits 5 through 20, are you depicted in these photographs? Meaning, can you see yourself in these pictures?
Yes.
Okay. And permission to publish, Your Honor?
You may.
All right, come on. I'm ready for the actual being good.
Showing you first State's Exhibit 7, Fatima. And I'm going to move it over so we're looking at the right-hand side. And I'm going to move it over so we're looking at the right-hand
was
side of
lagging a
that
little bit.
photograph as it adjusts itself. I know it's a little blurry just because of the pixelation itself in the photograph. Do you still have the pointer by you?
Yes.
Okay, if you can point that out with the cursor, and then we'll describe where you're pointing. Is that you bent over?
Yes.
Okay. Fourth quarter, right-hand side.
All right, folks, I'm going to call it a night here. Okay, I'm tired. I am going to go live tomorrow, so I'm going to schedule that now. We're probably going to start early. Yeah, I'll schedule, let me see. I'm going to schedule the live for about 6:45 p.m., maybe 6:30. I'm going to do 6:30, but I don't want to rush when I get here. So let's do 6:45, okay? I'm scheduling the live for tomorrow, just so we can get caught up. All right, Benji, Brooklyn, shout out to the replay crew. I am calling it a night. I'm tired. You guys have a good Wednesday.